I take a lil 2-month break and K-pop goes to shit. It's not just new jeans and men Hybe doing ghetto shit. It's the whole community. Meaning I have a lot to talk about. If you wanna skip around in the video, these are the timestamps and what I'll be talking about during. If I don't address a major topic here, that means I'll likely bring it up in a later video. What is the Hybe 23 curse? If you may not know, it just means when idols at Hybe turn 23 they magically blossom into the hottest versions of themselves. I brought this up because as more time goes by, more and more idols at Hybe are being recognized for this, even some idols that aren't at Hybe. I just think it's humorous how the curse actually started off as the big hit 23 curse, first initially with BTS, then TXT, and so forth and so on. I just think the mythos transforming from being about big hit specifically to suddenly involving every idol at Hybe goes to show big hit status and influence within the conglomerate. Naturally, since big hit gave birth to Hybe, anything that applies to big hit idols has a very subtle trickle-down effect of applying to other idols at the conglomerate, whether that be literally, like how big hit idols, starting with BTS, got a lot of creative freedom, now Hybe idols, generally speaking, get more creative freedom than the average idol in K-pop does. Or whether this trickle-down effect be social, like in this instance where fans are making up curses of idols getting hot out of nowhere, no matter how popular other groups are, or may get. Big Hit is the Beyoncé of Hybe, and this influence shouldn't be taken lightly because they are setting a precedent for all the other groups there. And I acknowledge that I'll likely never get it. This is why I want Big Hit to have a girl group or female soloist. As a woman myself, when it comes to all good and bad things, subconsciously I wonder about how that could apply to women. Even as an ARMY MOA, whether Big Hit is truly doing this on purpose or not, I don't think women should be excluded from this kind of accessibility within Hybe and especially within the industry. And maybe I shouldn't get my hopes up, but it's too fucking late. I'm excited for Big Hit's future with Shin Seon-jong as CEO. Out of the big four or big three, whatever you want to call it, Shin Seon-jong is only the 4th female CEO to ever come from Hybe, SM, YG and JYP collectively. Hybe is only a 4-year-old company founded in 2021 and 3 out of those 4 female CEOs came from them, with Shin Seon-jong coming after Men Hee-jin and Kim Joo-young. Jumping from being a general manager of Big Hit, she was elected by Hybe shareholders and board directors in November of 2024. Shin has a long history of joining Big Hit in 2010, before BTS even debuted, largely contributing to their success, as well as working in Hybe's training development division, where she played a major role in the growth of other Hybe groups like ENHYPEN, TXT, Les Seraphim, and N-Team. In 2023, she made the Billboard Women in Music list, and in 2022 made Billboard's 40 Under 40 list, which is just a list of people younger than 40 making tremendous strides in their fields of work. I'm a longtime fan of BTS. I didn't just get into Hybe's development because of 4th-gen groups, they're brewing something up, trust. I'm just hoping it'll be a girl group or female soloist. Recently there was a controversy around Wooyoung from a tease refusing to do the Like Jennie challenge, with Jennie's fans attacking Wooyoung like he spit on her. No one's obligated to do a damn dance challenge. I think outside of the Amapiano moves the dance looks silly as hell and even looks ridiculous when Jennie does it because it's not a dance style her body is naturally comfortable doing. But that's my personal gripe with the dance, that's got nothing to do with Wooyoung. He refused to do it because the choreographer was a man named Vada, who while on national television was tasked with coming up with original choreography. Instead he used bits of a tease's choreography instead. And before anyone uses their dirty ass fingers to comment that Vada using a tease's choreo when he was supposed to come up with his own, then going viral and making money off of that dance isn't a big deal. Understand that it's been proven that he didn't come up with it. Him and Atiz had a pre-established relationship beforehand, so there's likely more to the story that happened behind the scenes. Understand that Atiz has been plagiarized several times, once even getting an apology out of Cube Entertainment and Soyeon because of it. Understand that Vada has a history of unoriginality, not just when it comes to Jennie and Atiz. His career as a choreographer is thriving off of taking black dances he saw on the internet and just regurgitating them for idols to do instead of having enough creativity to come up with something himself. And a large part of what makes Atiz is how passionate they are about the art of dance, which is something Vada, like Atiz, are aware of. But more than anything, dance is culture. Lame-ass TikTok warriors are so used to seeing a dance on the internet without recognizing or caring about the history behind it. People like K-pop fans are so prepared to enable their imitative whack-ass faves for stealing choreography is why so many smaller innovative creators on the platform are discredited for the things they've come up with. Atiz did not debut with the excessive amount of access that other idols like Jennie did, and everything they have took work and dedication that privileged idols can't relate to. Not to say that any idol has it easy, but all their positions aren't equal. The Blinks undermining what Vada did and are unnecessarily victimizing Jennie's 30-year-old ass need to shut up. Actin' like Wooyoung put a hex on her ass. The immense amounts of respect I have for Atiz and their team just keeps growing, and how could it not? From refusing to join Hybe despite the money they could make, openly speaking about racial and gender inequality, LGBTQ rights to the way they just conduct themselves within the industry as individuals first and idols second is commendable. A few days ago Yeonjun accidentally split his lip while performing his solo song, Gum, and just kept going like he didn't even feel it. There was quite a bit of blood, it wasn't just a little. By just looking at him I thought he was going to need stitches, but it turned out to be not that bad, just bloody. And in an environment where K-pop fans praise their faves for professionalism over simple shit like falling, and then logically getting back up. Yeonjun being professional in that instance, as the actual professional he is, isn't worth praise in my opinion. But I will point out that some of the most popular idols would've started seizing up or been hooked up to an IV drip on stage or just blatantly walked off stage and not come back if they were in Yeonjun's shoes. Recently Yeji had her solo debut, Air. A lot of people didn't like it, called it boring. I'm indifferent about Yeji, I don't like or dislike her. I think she's insanely talented, but is so dull. So I'm not a biased fan. My feelings for her are neutral and honestly, I don't see how people aren't enjoying it. I don't know, it could be because I love synth pop. It's very escapist, but I enjoyed it. Air was definitely deserving of at least one music show win. From Belift's management shooting Men He Jen the Bird, to Illit's producers asking the members what was the hardest time in their debut year on camera, to them also captioning one of Illit's videos to read, "They say you meet your enemy in the company hallways," alluding to how new jeans lied, or exaggerated, however you like to frame it, of Illit and their team not addressing them in a way that they'd like enough to constitute that fabricated interaction as workplace bullying, is just my kind of pettiness. I love it, truly. I'm not even a fan, because I don't do groups with half the members younger than 17, but I find myself always defending Illit because you can see how they're forced into a shit position of just sucking it up and taking it, whenever new jeans, Men He Jen, bunnies or K-nets take blow after blow at them, and I find satisfaction in them getting their licks back in any way that they can. They're the actual underdogs. If someone's punching down at you, bite their fucking finger off. I'm going to assume when Lara said she was a little fruity she meant she's bisexual, and I don't think fans should be making such a big deal out of this. Lara isn't even making it a big deal. She's an American singer under an American label. Homosexuality isn't the grand spectacle or super secret in the US that it is in Korea, especially not for a pop artist. It's actually expected for pop artists, especially female pop artists, to always open to be interpreted as bi. Not gay. But bi. And trust me, I'm queer, I understand being an ally and even being happy to see yourself in your faves, but I think sensationalizing her vague admittance to being a lil fruity is doing too much. Sexuality is fluid and she could dead-ass identify as a straight woman tomorrow. I'm not speaking for Lara, just myself. If I were in her shoes, as someone who doesn't think homosexuality is a personality trait or even something that makes you different from straight people, I would be uncomfortable with people acting like I saved a baby from a burning building just cause I admitted to being queer. The way K-pop fans act about gayness is just so, why? Let's just not be weird. Speaking about gay shit, the temporary Delulu jealousy that conflictingly clashed with the happiness I felt for Sakura that surged through my body when I found out a fan gifted her a $19,000 wedding ring and told her never to accept one cheaper was crazy. Cause on one hand I'm happy she's getting that kind of recognition, and on the other hand, it should have been from me. But college students don't have that kind of cash. You couldn't pay me to like Gdragon. Fuck his weird ass. He could invent the cure for cancer and I still wouldn't feel differently. Remixing Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, an anthem, criticizing the commodification of African American artistry and culture, while he himself has a long continued history of appropriating African American culture, the exact same thing Not Like Us is talking about. As an Asian man is fucking insane. The call is coming from inside the house. K-pop rappers, especially the ones that come from YG, are so insanely delusional and detached from reality. Every single one of them. They'll never be accepted by the culture because, believe it or not, African Americans can tell a poser from someone who's authentic. It's brain-dead K-pop fans who fall for weak-ass performative rappers cause classless whores can't tell the difference between a cubic zirconia and a real diamond. Gdragon is literally strange as hell, and not just for committing cultural appropriation. And before anyone runs their mouth, I'm going to talk about race-based issues how I see fit on my channel, and I won't be telling y'all what my race is while doing it because I know how K-pop fans can be. And because this is something me as well as my non-black mutuals have experienced, it's really sad that I can't talk about the racism against black people without being accused of being black myself, as if there's no one willing to side with black K-pop fans. I've even seen Korean people talk about how he shouldn't have sampled Kendrick's song. Non-black K-pop fans see the bullshit that goes on. Hell, K-nets even see it, they just enable it as well. You don't have to be Asian to talk about the racism K-pop idols face in foreign countries, and you don't have to be black to speak about the racism black K-pop fans experience within the K-pop industry and community. Camaraderie is regular shift. I don't really have much to say about Fromis 9 disbanding and getting the rights to their name back besides congrats. As a company, Pledis is literally the stain on Hybe's repertoire for the way they treated those women. I understand the value in having 17 on their roster, but I do wonder if acquiring that label was the smartest move long term. Because I truly don't think they're going to get any better, which will lead Hybe as a collective having an undisputed record of mistreating their idols similarly to SM. Fromis is an outlier because they didn't debut under Hybe and were being mistreated before they even joined. Not to say they're angels because they're not, but despite how any dramatic fan wants to frame it, Fromis is the only group under the conglomerate to have received the kind of treatment that they did, for now. And if someone at Hybe is smart enough to recognize the star power in Seoyeon and how specifically Pledis was holding her back, a different label like Source Music, KOZ, or even Big Hit would give her a Sakura and Chaewon deal and allow her to re-debut. She just turned 25, will be 26 next January, haven't pre-established fans because of Fromis already. She's definitely not too old to re-debut, especially if her members are younger than she is. Just really don't think it has to be over for her yet. Mnet is going to be airing their own Japanese and Korean version of Unpretty Rap Star this year. They're calling Unpretty Rap Star Hip Hop Princess, where they want to create the eyes one of the hip hop world. Laughable. Truly, I laughed. I don't give a shit what anyone says. There's no such thing as an Asian hip hop princess. In other words, that's like saying there's an Asian princess of black culture. And it'd be different if there was actual African Americans involved in the creation of the show as well as contending to win on it. But how much you wanna bet there's not gonna be? How are BlackPink and Kiss of Life not racist? Seriously, how? Because when you look up examples of racism, what they've done and continue to do is what literally pops up. Even when being given the benefit of the doubt, Julie said the N slur as a teenager at YG, and a lot of people forgave her due to her seemingly sincere apology, and time passed. Just for Kiss of Life to voluntarily get on camera and commit modern-day blackface and openly admitted to the controversial nature of doing so beforehand.
We don't want to hear you say nigga no more.
Lisa and Jennie have had clips of them saying the N slur out to the public for years, and despite, to this day, never addressing it, apologizing, or proving to have grown past the ignorance that led them to saying the slur, many fans were able to move past it because, I don't know, just for Jennie, Lisa, and Rosé at their big-ass age, to be given all the freedom they wanted, all the freedom they negotiated for themselves to have, just to never even so much as acknowledge more videos of them using hate speech against black people coming out. All while still using black dance and music styles to bolster their fame and wealth. So many people are defending them, when this is blatant racism. There is no gray area. This is lame-ass loser shit. Even I've given them the benefit of the doubt, but these people are way too fucking old, most of them years older than me, to be making these kinds of mistakes in present day or having made them in the past with no remorse or regard for how that implicates the present. People who are not racist, do not do this kind of shit. If someone did what they've done to Asian people, and especially Korean and Thai people, K-pop fans wouldn't be playing stupid. Kiss of Life are done for in my eyes, and that really sucks because they were the only 5th generation girl group that I've actually liked for real and were loyal to. Disappointment is an understatement. It makes no difference how long ago BlackPink used hate speech on camera, or if they even understood the meaning behind the word when they did. They still said it. If you stab someone in the back, your intention to do so does not determine whether the wounds hurt. And if you actually didn't mean to, never acknowledging or apologizing definitely won't make the wounds heal. Figuratively, if I'm tired of being stabbed, then my peers are definitely tired of being stabbed completely unprovoked. People offended over their grown asses smoking can get an apology before black people can, or really? Is the bat signal for wackos lit? Because everywhere I turn, bam, a loser strikes again.